family. All right, what's going on, guys? So just a quick update on us. You know, I don't know if how many people are following me on Instagram or Facebook or whatnot, but yesterday me and Jed wound up tearing most of the back end of my welding scooter out. Brand new bearings, we put brand new rotors on it, brand new brakes. I mean, we did the whole 9 yards, right? So we take it on the first test drive. No big deal, sounds smooth. Turn it around to come home, and man, I think it's a differential. It's gotta be the differential. But flipping, it's popping and grinding and just golly. So thank goodness we got Jed. We got all the stuff. We got most of my tools unloaded. We got Jed's machine in the back of his truck, so we didn't have to worry about a machine. That's nice. So anyways, we're gonna just take his truck, run it till mine's done. I imagine last time I tore out a rear end in that truck, and I mean, I tore it out. Differential was gone, the freaking rotors were gone, the brakes were gone, everything was gone on it. I think it was like 3,500 bucks. So, whole week's worth of wages. Well, not quite a whole week's, but almost. I guess we'll have enough to get groceries for the rest of the week. But, so that's kind of what's going on with us right now with the truck situation. So that takes us back to the last video. Do you get a spare truck or what, you know? It's nice to have a helper. In my case, my brother, that has a truck big enough we can load everything in it. So that's a plus. But, all right, guys, today I've been thinking about this. I went to the gym, I was sitting there running, and I was like, man, what is holding you guys back from doing this? And I want comments on this. I don't care if you personal message me, write comments in the bottom. I'd rather we do comments in the bottom. That way everybody can kind of read them and kind of see what's holding everybody back, you know? But anyways, guys, comment in the bottom, what is scary about doing this, okay? Like, what is holding you back from making that final jump to go making that money? Being a pipeliner, an oil field welder, a rig welder. What's stopping you from doing this? And I was sitting there. Well, I wasn't sitting there, believe me. I ran like 4 miles a day. But anyways, so while I was running, I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what held me back for so long? So number one, I didn't know that this was a real career. I really didn't, guys. I had no clue you could make this kind of money doing this. And that's kind of why I was informing people. I don't tell anybody my wages to brag. I tell people my wages to say, hey, look, there's a whole nother way to make this kind of money, all right? You don't have to go to school for a million years to go make $50,000 a year in an art degree, you know? Build something with your hands, become valuable, and I mean, you can go make $200,000 a year. But anyways, guys, so that was my biggest thing right there. I had no idea you could make money doing this. Had no idea. Well, after I got done training horses, after I got done working for that trainer, and I got introduced into it, I was like, dude, the potential is here. Like, what in the world, you know? Why didn't anybody know about this, you know? And anyways, guys, so that was my number one. I didn't know the potential. So number two, I got comfortable being a welder helper. I was like, hey, yeah, sweet, 1,300 bucks a week, I'm good, I'm happy, blah blah blah. Dude, I wish somebody had been there to slap the shit out of me. I mean, like, are you kidding me? Maybe held me down, just freaking beat the snot out of me and just told me, you know what? But like, if you are going to value your life at $1,100, $1,300 a week, when you are $1 billion body, I mean, you're holding yourself on the ground, and it's you that's doing it. Okay, it's you that's holding you on the ground. If you're at $1,100 and you think, oh yeah, I made it, man, somebody ought to kick you in the teeth while you're on the ground, okay? Because you're holding yourself on the ground. Guys, $4,000 a week. You're about this far off the ground now. Now the goal is to figure out, okay, I made $4,000 a week. I have to go to work every day to make that kind of money. How do I go about making that kind of money without having to be there to do it, okay? That's what I'm talking about. Is don't value your life on such a small wage. I mean, $4,000 a week, that's great when you get there, but do not stay there, okay? I mean, you got 80 years to make something happen. You better be making it big, because you got generations behind you that, don't get me wrong, they need to work for what they got, just like you worked for what you got. But you need to have created such an empire that it would take care of generations behind you, okay? This is my goal. This is what I want. I want my grandkids, my great-grandkids, my great-great-grandkids to be like, man, that was my great-great-great-great-grandpa who done that. You know, like, build a name for yourself. Build a name for your generation behind you. So anyways, guys, fear. So I didn't realize the potential. I got comfortable being a welder helper. Get out of your comfort zone, you guys. You guys got to push towards something. So anyways, let's see, what else was the other thing? Rejection. Oh, golly. I did not want to go test, guys. That was the scariest thing in the world. Go test, and all you're doing the whole time you're sitting there, first test, you're like, oh, snap. I don't want to mess up, don't want to mess up. Guys, within 5 minutes of me showing up on that damn test, they come over, and I remember his name, Lynn. I can't remember his last name. He's a good dude, guys. Their job is to make sure that this company hires good welders. So when they bust you out, I mean, they're trying to provide a service to this company. So anyways, he comes over and he's like, hey man, that ain't gonna work. Roll your stuff up. I was like, holy shit, how do I get home? I have no money. I just sunk everything into this truck. What do I do? You know? Guys, I tell you what, it'll light a fire under you real quick when you ain't got no money to get nowhere. But anyways, Bob McQuarrie, man, I tell you what, I owe everything to that old boy right there. A lot of people think he's a grumpy old man. He is a grumpy old man. But buddy, he helped me so much. I mean, he was the reason I stayed doing what I did. Him and Dennis, they were just two older guys that just really stuck by me at the beginning and helped me get through the hard stages. And old Bo Chanley, I don't know if anybody knows Bo, but that old boy still calls me once a month. But I tell you what, he, to me, one of my biggest heroes. He was an inspector. Him and Lynn were inspectors on that job, and they carried me through that job. So anyways, guys, didn't know the potential, got comfortable, scared of rejection. Those were my 3 things that really just held me on the ground. I mean, I don't know if you could have kicked me hard enough to get me off the ground. That's the thing, you know. Fear held me down there a lot. So now that I'm where I'm at, though, see, there was times, and I tell every one of my helpers, I had a helper, his name's Zach. He's a jam-up welder now. I tell you what, he's one of my best friends. He's a good guy. And I remember his first weld, I helped him test. We got him through the test. He made it. The first weld he had to do was a 24-inch 500 wall tie-in with me. And I remember we got down in there and he was freaking out. I mean, tie-ins, when you guys go in on tie-ins, I mean, they do the very best they can do to get this thing fit up as good as they can fit it up. But it's your job to sew it up and make it pass X-ray. I mean, that's the whole reason they pay you the amount of money they pay you. So anyways, Zach, we wound up welding this thing out. They shot it. He had 17 inches of repair on one side. And I remember he was freaking out. And I said, dude, don't even worry about it. I said, one day, you're gonna be able to sit on top of this bell hole, and when they say, Zach, come on down, buddy, we're ready for you, it's gonna be nothing. It won't even cross your mind if you can make that weld or not. You're gonna go crawl down into that hole, muddy, nasty, shitty, I don't care what it is, and you're gonna have enough confidence in yourself to make that weld. It won't even be a second thought. But at the time, it's scary. I mean, it really is. You don't know what's happening. I mean, you don't know the company. I mean, my first weld I ever made, Zach's deal was easy. I just went down in there, ground it out, and fixed it. No big deal. My first weld I ever got paid to make, Bob McQuarrie told me to go cap this weld. 12-inch, 375 watt, had hot pass and a filler in it. And I went flying down through there, ugliest cap ever, I'd imagine. Come across the bottom and I popped a hole right through that filler, hot pass, and a bead. I mean, I'm talking like a quarter-size freaking hole. It was big. And I remember that, just, the anxiety and the fear and just the, oh shit, I just fired myself, you know? And, but guys, one day, seriously, if you will just stick to this, one day you're gonna be able to crawl into a tie-in, the nastiest, muddiest. Zach right now, he's got like 4 or 5 companies that call him just for tie-ins, just to come in and run a line, just to, fab. He is a damn good welder. But I was there on his first weld, and it's just like anybody else's first weld. It's scary, there's a lot of anxiety, and a failed x-ray is like earth-shattering, okay? One day, it is gonna be easy. But you have to stick with it long enough to make it happen. You do. It's just like anything else. One day you're gonna look back on this, and I can look back on it right now, and I can still remember the anxiety and just the, oh my gosh. I used to call Bob and I would make shit up. Be like, Bob, hey man, my welder won't start. I'm trying to get it fixed right now, knowing full well that welder started. And I was just, it was scary. I didn't want to do it, And then the next day I would show up, and I'd get the shit worked out of me every day. I mean, them welders like to jack with me, so they would leave me back there just working and working. Guys, I can look back on that right now and realize, you know what? That was scary. It had a ton of anxiety involved in it. But looking back on it, it was such a little stepping stone. It was little. Like literally, it's just like stepping over a stick now. Like, you just got to stick with it long enough that you can make it happen. So guys, leave your comments in the bottom. Let me know what's freaking you out. What's keeping you where you are at? Maybe I can be the guy that walks up to you and kicks you in the teeth and helps you get up. But like, come on, let's go, man. You got a family to take care of. You got this and this and this. Let's do this. You've got to be successful. I hate it when people are like, hey man, all I need is this and this. Bullshit, that's all you need. You need to be successful. You need to push. You need to always be moving forward, making money, being successful. Because you are providing for your family, your kids, and generations behind you. So make it happen. So anyways, guys, be blessed. All right, be blessed. Seriously, I mean, if you need help, that old boy up there, you talk to him enough, he'll help you. So I love everybody on here. I know everybody can do it. If I can do it, I can promise you guys can do it. And we'll talk to y'all later. Like, subscribe, comment, share this with your friends. Anybody that's struggling to make something happen of their lives, come on. We got to be successful. We got generations to provide for. So let's make it happen. We'll see y'all on the other side.